Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah, wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. It's your brother Amir, Muhaddith, formerly known to y'all as Loon, from Bad Boy Records. And I'm with a very, very, very intelligent brother that I've known for a long time. And he's been very effective and very consistent in advocating and, reforming, the justice system as a whole, police brutality in particular, and he's been definitely protesting for the rights of Breonna Taylor in Kentucky. He's been on the front line, my brother Mysonne. Right now, what we're doing is trying to implement every avenue that's available for us to affect change. Me, myself, honestly, I would love to be on the front line, with the brother in Kentucky. I'm on supervised release. So what that does, it impedes me from being overly active and, protesting or advocating to that degree. So my efforts are more so of linking up with the prison reform organizations like Stay Together, OGU, Reform Alliance, Coke Industries, and just a lot of people who have, extended themselves to me and enabled me the opportunity to build my own organization and actually be able to, affect change from that position, in that capacity. So I'm gonna let the brother Mysonne, give a little spill on what he's been doing. We both come from the music business, both come from the streets before the music business, and all of those things combined have enabled us to be able to see clearly what's going on in our communities, and it's our responsibility as men to address these matters. So me as a Muslim, I always say this as my disclaimer, it's my obligation to enjoin what's good and forbid what's evil. Anything outside of that is not for me. So my effort is non-partisan, and everything I do is solely for the benefit and seeking nearness to Allah. And if that benefits Allah, if that's beneficial, then benefits the people. So I'm gonna let my man tell you about his efforts, and may Allah, continue to bestow His mercy upon the believers, and may guide those, who may not understand.
Amen. Thank you, my brother Loon. I applaud your growth, your evolution, and your willingness and consistency on this fight for justice. And I don't like to say the word reform, but I like to say transform. Because reforming is when you forming something that's already right and you just transfer. But this needs a whole transformation, because the structure is built on the reality of black people and the struggle that we partake, that we born into. My mentor, Harry Belafonte, says those directly impacted must be the solution. And that's what you see right here. It's two brothers who've been directly impacted, who came from the bottom, who know every element from streets to incarceration to this industry. We've seen pretty much everything that the world has to offer. And we come back with not only with wisdom, but with understanding. And we want to bring that understanding into this realm that we're in right now. For a lot of people, prison reform is a trendy thing. Black Lives Matter and prison reform is some trend that people jumped on to. But this is pretty much our lives. We've left comrades behind these gates that we understand that if we don't do something out here, they're going to be negatively impacted. We left comrades behind these walls who have, instilled upon us, who charged us to come home and do something different. Absolutely. To not only make sure that none of these young brothers go back into those cells, but make sure the people who's in those cells actually are treated like human beings and have the right to re-enter into society and evolve and be able to be productive members of society. So I myself, that's one of the many things that I'm doing. I'm one of the co-founders of this organization, Until Freedom, along with Tamika Mary, Angela Pinto, Belinda Sarsour. We formulated this organization because we wanted those directly that look like us, that come from the streets, that come from all walks of life, to understand that they have a part. We realize that civil rights movements and organizations, our legacy organizations have looked one way. And it's not to say a thing, because they have done a lot for the advancement of our people, but they have always looked a certain way. There was a shiny look, there was a suit, there was a preacher, there was all these things. And I wanted people from where I am to understand that you have a voice in this, that you have an opportunity to affect change. You can be a leader. You can be a civil rights leader. You can come from the streets. You can come from making mistakes. You can come from gangs. You can come from any walk of life. Only thing that you have to want is to make change. Only thing you have to want is real justice. Only thing you have to have is passion for your people who want to see some change. So I myself, when I formulated this organization, it was based on police brutality and prison reform, or prison transformation as we call it. But it engulfs so much more. You know, we look at the time we are in this world where George Floyd was killed with a knee on his neck. Breonna Taylor was shot in her home. You know, Jacob was shot in his back 7 times. When we look at these things, you know, unfortunately, this is not new. It's just now it's getting on camera, and the world is seeing it. But for us, this is a normal thing. You know, I said our rights have been violated for so long, we forgot we even had rights. You know, I didn't even know I had rights. But when I was growing up, the police used to violate them so much, I thought it was normal that they grabbed us and dig in our pockets and throw us in cars. I thought that was normal. But now that I know it's not normal, I have an obligation and a duty to inform the rest of my brothers and sisters that it's not normal, to hold people accountable who do wrong things to us. So that's what we're doing, man. Me and my brother Loon, we're gonna combine our efforts to make sure that we do make change, man. We want to show that your life is not over because you go to prison. You know, your life is not done. You're not useless. A lot of people want to make it seem like because you went to prison that you can't do something, and that's a false narrative. When you go to prison and you come back, you're more equipped because you have a knowledge that people don't have outside here. You have an information that people don't have. You're so much able to affect change, especially in this arena. No one else can tell you because you actually lived through those circumstances. So me and my brother Amir are living proof of what can change, how you can evolve, don't matter what your circumstances is. So we're going to continue to fight for justice. We're going to continue to fight for our brothers and sisters who don't have voices, and we're going to continue to be on the front line. He says he's not on the front line, but he definitely is, because every time I hear him speak, you know, his platform, and people actually listen to what he says. So every time he speaks knowledge to power, that's a frontline move. So I appreciate you, brother, and we're going to continue this fight.
I just can't go to jail yet about this stuff.
Don't worry about it.
Oh,
Let
so
me
he
do
knows
that.
what's going on.
I'm on papers. Don't worry about it.
You on paper too?
I'm on paper. No, I'm off. I can
Oh,
go for you
Okay,
right
go
now.
for me.
I can go for you.
As soon as I'm off, I'm with you, baby.